Hi guys. I want to introduce myself. My name is Lynn and I am here at BellaSoul Farm, and I wanted to welcome you to my new channel, Sober Soil and Soul, a healing journey at BellaSoul Farm. So why am I telling my story now? Well, it's been a rough one. And a couple years ago, there were days I didn't think I was even going to make it. So I wanted to share my journey and my story and the tools that I use to have a happy and joyous and peaceful life. So I bought this farm in 2020 and I moved from Connecticut to Tennessee. This place was, wow, it was broken down and overgrown and neglected, and it was a lot of land, and I don't know what I thought I was doing, but I didn't plan on doing it alone. I was married at the time. So I moved here, and I realized at some point that I was living a lie. I was refusing to acknowledge an unhappy marriage. And so I poured myself into the farm, rehabbing this place and healing the land and animals became my mission. And burying the truth in alcohol, drinking a lot. So a couple years later, some things transpired, and in 2023, early 2023, I got sober. And honestly, that is when the real healing began. I didn't even know how messed up I was, but I was miserable, unhappy, and filled with fear. I started doing a recovery program and working 12-step program. And somewhere in that, I realized that I needed more. When you do the steps, you start looking at the deepest, darkest parts of yourself, shadow work, if you will. It was rough. It was really rough. There were days I didn't know if I was going to make it through. There were days where I was literally curled up on the floor in tears, not knowing what to do or how I was going to do it. Facing yourself, your character defects, your flaws, owning your accountability in where your life was instead of blaming other people, learning self-awareness and starting to look at those pieces of you that you need to work on. Because let's face it, people drink and have other addictions for underlying reasons. There are things inside that need to be fixed. So when I realized I needed a little more, I started IFS therapy in August of 2024. And talk about really starting to understand yourself. It's where you look at your triggers and where they came from and why they were developed. And in learning to work with those triggers and understand them and not project your past onto your current relationships and your current life. IFS therapy has been a game changer, just like being in a recovery program was for me. I feel like I am finally becoming the woman that I was meant to be. It's amazing. I find peace and joy and gratitude in every day. And when I do find myself being triggered, I can pull back and go inside myself and realize that the current situation does not warrant that type of reaction any longer. It's just getting to know yourself. And no matter what chaos is going on around, you can have peace and you can have happiness. Over the years, this place has been an integral part of my healing. Nature, rescuing animals, having all the animals, taking care of them, growing herbs and foraging and all the things, all the beautiful things. Working with natural healing and learning and all of it, just all of it. And as I began to heal, this place has totally healed along with me and some of the animals too. I guess the reason why I want to share this now is because I want others to know that healing is possible. And it's a tough journey, a journey inward. But I have always been interested in healing body, mind, and spirit. But once I got sober, man, I'm telling you, it just took off. And I want to share my experience. I want to share my truth. I want other people to know that even if your entire world, the world you thought you had, the life you thought you had, completely falls apart, there is a way to begin again. And there is a way to make it even more magical. I have joy every day in my life. I am grateful, grateful, grateful beyond words. And I have peace. Above all, I have peace. And like, that's huge for me to feel that way. So anyway, this is an introduction to my new channel. And what I'm going to be offering here is some sobriety, spiritual healing, trauma recovery, plant medicine, animals, farm life, all the beautiful things that I have now because I got sober, because I chose to do the inner work and to heal my life and to heal myself. It's not all about sobriety because everybody can benefit from healing work. My mission is to inspire and to support and for you to know that you are not alone. I also want to share the tools that helped me and to create some programs and just help. You know, I read something the other day. It said the last stage in healing is using what happened to you to help others heal. And man, I felt that. Did I ever feel that? We can't do this alone. And hopefully, you know, this channel will be an inspiration for you to find it in yourself, to know that you can heal and you can have a beautiful, amazing life and that you created. I invite you to walk this path with me. And this is just the beginning. So if you stuck around long enough, thank you so much for listening. And I hope that this channel becomes something beautiful to help others along their own healing journey. Thanks again.